Welcome to Stories of Chazal. Here we have a story that a group amongst the Jews went to Chayni HaMa'agil, he was known. And we'll see why he was called that soon. They went to him and they told him, pray for us that rain should fall down. Apparently there was a drought. There wasn't enough rain falling or none at all. This obviously was a holy man, and they asked him to pray for them. So Chayni tells the people, go out and make sure you bring in the certain kinds of ovens that were called the Pesach Dika ovens. These were ovens that, we're talking about the winter time. These were ovens they would eventually use to roast the Korban Pesach in, which was during the time of Nisan. And these ovens, usually, they needed, more time throughout the summer to get hardened from the sun. So therefore, they were still very soft. And therefore, if it were to rain, it would destroy them. And therefore, he told them, make sure you first bring in these ovens indoors so that they should not get ruined from the rain which will come. He was very sure rain would come. So he went ahead and prayed once they did that. And the rain didn't come. And he didn't give up. He went ahead and made a circle in the ground. And he stood inside it, in the circle. So it's unclear if he actually dug a hole in the ground or he just made a sign in the ground, an indent, to form a shape of a circle. But this is what he did when he stood in that place. He said, Master of the world, your children put their face upon me. In other words, their reliance upon me. And the reason being, I am like a ben bayis in front of you. In other words, I am like a person who lives in your house, and I'm very comfortable around you, and to ask you these kinds of things. And there's a chance that you will respond to me more than anyone else. Therefore, I am making an oath in your name, your great name, that I'm not moving from here until you have mercy upon your children. So the rain started to drip, very, very small amounts. Chayni was not satisfied. He said, this is not what I asked for. Rather, I asked for rain which is sufficient to fill up pits in the ground, which is areas of storage that people would drink from for longer periods of time. So what happened was, at that point, rain came down even stronger, but almost in a vengeful way. It was very powerful, a huge amount of rain, which would be possibly dangerous and even damaging if it were to continue. So Chayni said, I didn't ask for this. Rather, I asked for rain which is wanted from people. Rain which is considered a blessing. Rain which is considered a gift. This is not a gift. So the rain started falling at this point once he asked for that in a balanced fashion. But there was still a lot of rain, that to the extent that the Jews in Yerushalayim had to go up to the Harabais, to the mountain where the Beis HaMikdash is upon, in order to escape the seeming flooding. So therefore they came to Chayni again, and now they asked him, just like you prayed for the rain to come down, pray for it to go away. We don't need any more, it's too much. So Chayni told them, go outside and make sure and see if a certain stone, which is called Even Atoyim, this was a stone for anyone who lost something. A person would go up with the lost item and announce on it to all the people around that he found the lost item. So Chayni tells them, go and make sure that this rock, which is apparently a high rock, make sure that and see if it's covered. If it's covered, then I will pray for it to go. And that is actually what happened. He actually ended up praying for the rain to go away. So after that event happened, Shimon ben Shotach, who was a Nasi of the time, he sent him a message and he told him, you need to be excommunicated. Why is that? The Rambam understood the reason being is because the Mishnah says before this story that a person is not supposed to pray for abundance of blessings to go away. He should not complain about it, even though it's considered an agony to people. If it's too much good, you never pray for it to go away. So therefore, Shimon Shotach said, you, for this reason, technically should be excommunicated. But what can I do? I cannot put you in excommunication. The reason being is because you are like a spoiled child, that the father spoils him and gives him anything he wants, even though it may not be good for him. And about people like you, it says, Shlomo Melech says in Sefer Mishlei, that your father and your mother will be happy with you and will always rejoice from just the fact that you were born. So therefore, you could get away with it, but an average person cannot.